Guys, Will here with W.T.F car reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing the all-new 2024 Ford F-250 XL STX.
And a big thanks to Chris and the rest of the management and staff here at AutoNation Ford in Brooksville, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to your inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Brooksville, Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. And as for Chris.
And for those of you guys who don't know, the F-250 Super Duty has been Ford's heavy-duty pickup since 1997. The 5th generation Super Duty that you see here was released last year for 2023, and for 2024, the 6.8-liter V8 that we have here gets flex fuel capability. Bed scales are now available on the XL and XLT, and navigation is standard on the XLT and up. The XL starts around $46,000 for two-wheel drive, $50K for 4x4, and an additional $5,000 for this just about must-have STX appearance package that we have here. What else do we get for that money? Let's jump right in. So with the STX appearance package, we get the black accented grille, black headlight housing, LED daytime running light, we have an LED headlight too, turn signal, and LED fog lights down below. We get tow hooks, and I really like this white on black contrast. Even though it's just an XL trim, it looks a lot more premium with this STX package. We also get a forward-facing camera and a 360. For an XL, I was not expecting a 360-degree camera. We get these beefy black 18-inch rims wrapped in Bridgestone Dueler all-terrain tires. Dimensions being 270/570 R18, which is beefy, especially with these all-terrains. We also get a rear locker here with the FX4 off-road package. That's about a $500 option. Let's take a step out to the side, check out the window sticker real quick, and just see everything that we have available on this specific XL STX Super Duty. So for 2024 F-250 single rear wheel 4x4 crew cab with a $51,770 base price. It's an XL 176-inch wheelbase, slides or style side, 6.8-liter V8, 10-speed auto, Oxford white exterior, medium dark slate cloth interior. And all of the seats are a little bit more on the basic side. They are unbelievably comfortable. Definitely not a reason to not want this F-250. So options, $430 for the locking 373 rear axle. That's not included on the FX4. It's separate. $5115 for the STX appearance package. $495 for the FX4 off-road package. $445 for the platform running boards. $175 for the 120-volt 400-watt outlet. $160 for the side window deflector kit. So a total of $6,820 in total options. $1,995 for the destination charge, totaling us out a tick over $60,000. But it's a really well-loaded F-250. You have some very usable options and features, and before destination sitting under $60,000, you definitely get a lot for the money. We'll take a walk over to that opposite side again. We get LED turn signals on, the mirrors too, STX badging in the corner, F-250 blacked out, functional heat extractor. I think this trim looks very premium for the side profile. It says Ford on the side mirror. We have blind spot monitoring on the glass. That's also an impressive feature, with a little bottom tier mirror which helps you see everything around your rear wheel. We don't get smart access for either door, any of the doors here on this 250 XL. We don't even get a proximity key, just a turn key. I'll show you guys that once we take a step inside. We also don't have a splash protector for the driver's side door. We have it for every other door. I'm sure this dealership will take care of it before this truck gets sold. We get all black trim for the window trim too, blacked out B-pillar. Hopefully you can pick up the shark fin style antenna, which is also blacked out up top. We get running boards. They have 3 attachments to it, and they say Ford in the center. Side steps too. Ford kind of took a little bit out of GM's playbook with their side steps and their bumper steps, but it's some of the most useful features that you can get on any truck today, especially a heavy duty that's higher up off the ground. I'll take a step back, hopefully help you guys pick up the side profile on this menacing 2024 Ford F-250 XL STX, 176-inch wheelbase, massive. The gas cap, it's not push to open, but there's no latches inside to pull either. Just open it right up, and we have a yellow gas cap for gasoline and E85 for the flex fuel, new for 2024. Another small thing that I noticed that I thought was pretty cool is up top over here, you can see a 3.0 cubic yard indicator for the bed of this heavy duty truck. Haven't seen anybody else in this segment do that. FX4 off-road badge, same rear wheel and tire setup as up front. Leaf springs, hopefully pick up the rest of the suspension setup. The frame is looking extremely clean. The differential does have a little bit of surface rust, but definitely nothing to be concerned about. Full-size spare tire, and it's an all-terrain, as you guys can see. Same spare as the actual tire that we have for this F-250. The taillights appear to be LED as well. We have the sensors for the rear cross traffic alert, reverse lights, and turn signals, all LED. Ford badge, Super Duty underneath it. We have our backup camera up top. Tow hitch, I believe this truck can tow around 14,000 pounds. You go up to the single rear wheel F-350, it can tow about 18,000 pounds. The dually F-350 about 27,000 pounds, and the dually F-450 up to 40,000 pounds with the high output 6.7 Duramax, which now makes 500 horsepower and 1,200 pound-feet of torque. Regardless though, we can drop this tailgate right up. It is not damped, be ready to catch it, or else it's gonna slam right into your bumper. I like how Ford gives us a bottle opener. That's definitely gonna help with the potential DUI people on the road today. Same thing on the opposite side. We get tie downs in all the corners, additional hooks up top as well, and we get LED bed lights. And with the click of a button, you can turn them on, making it very useful and practical if you are tailgating or just simply want to use your truck at night. We don't get the gooseneck here. You can install it for, I believe it's like a $400 or $500 install process, and then you can tow an additional 2,000 or 3,000 pounds. But if you're not using a dually, I don't really think the gooseneck is necessarily necessary. Payload wise, this crew cab F-250 can hold, I believe, up to 4,300 pounds, and the F-450 dually can hold up to 8,000 pounds in its bed. That is out of control, ridiculous. Shutting this tailgate right up though, we'll take a step back, get a good look at the exhaust tip. Wow, I almost just tripped and fell. But speaking of the exhaust tip, let's fire up this 2024 Ford F-250 STX with a 6.8 liter pushrod V8, and hear how she sounds. All right guys, that was the sound of the 6.8 liter V8 sold by Ford for the 2024 F-250 XL. And it's only available on the XL, cranking out 400 horsepower, 445 pound-feet of torque. With the STX, you can upgrade to the 7.3 liter Godzilla V8, which cranks out, I believe, 430 horsepower, 485 pound-feet of torque. The diesel power stroke options start with the regular output, which cranks out 475 horsepower and 1,050 pound-feet of torque, and the high output power stroke cranking out 500 horsepower, 1,200 pound-feet of torque. Absolute monsters. But this is the entry-level 6.8 liter V8 for the F-250, and it still makes a lot of power at 400 horsepower, 445 pound-feet of torque. Made it to this 10-speed automatic transmission. You can expect 0 to 60 in around 7 seconds and in around 6 seconds for the high output 6.7 power stroke. But what you see is basically what we get. We get hydraulic struts. That's also appreciated at this price point. We got to take a step to the side to shut this hood because of how high up this Super Duty is. And I'm loving this front end styling. It looks bold and aggressive. If I was going to get a heavy duty truck, I would genuinely consider this at 60,000 bucks. This is a great looking truck, at least for the exterior. As far as the interior, let's take a step inside and see what we get. Turn these lights back to auto so the car is not yelling at me. All right, we have to pull the whole key out to make the thing start dinging. And as we mentioned, we don't get the proximity key, just the turn key, but we still get the lock and unlock on the key fob. Up top, just hard plastic, but we get a gushy soft armrest and massive storage. You'll stack two 14-inch subs on top of each other. You'll stack two footlongs on top of each other here. 24-ounce water bottle here and there. One of your speakers, and sound system for a bass, it's okay. It's not gonna blow you away, but for an XL, basically work truck, it does have a pretty decent stereo system. We get two-window auto one-touch up front, four-way adjustable mirrors. They're not power folding. Lock and unlock right up top. We mentioned the running board. It says Ford on it. No nameplate as you step inside. The seats, they're cloth, but they're decently bolstered, very soft and comfortable seats. You can recline, adjust the lumbar control, and slide the seats back and forth, all with latches. Taking a step inside, we can really check it out. So foot on the brake, we'll put the key in the ignition. We don't have to press and hold. You can just do the old flick. It's still an electronically activated ignition. It's just not a push button start. But overall, the interior is pretty basic, but we do get a lot for the money. The steering wheel is just this injection molded plastic material, hard plastic dashboard, hard plastic door panel. We get the old school gauges, about a 5,400 RPM tach, 100 RPM speedometer. The turn signal stocks have a very satisfying click. No auto rain sensing wipers, but the auto headlamps are appreciated with fog lights right down below and bed lights, interior lights, electronic parking brake, tilt and telescoping steering wheel. Hopefully you get a good look at the pedals. Awesome. The gear selector controls a 10-speed automatic transmission. The backup camera not only has a very high resolution, it's a small screen, it's about a 7-inch or 8-inch display, but the resolution for the backup camera is excellent, and we get an over-the-top 360 for a $50,000 base price. I was not expecting that on our heavy-duty truck. Anyway, we throw this thing right back into park. These buttons control the manual shifts for the 10-speed auto. We don't get navigation as standard from the XLT and up. It is standard for 2024. We still get wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto that you can connect your phone to, and you can see an outline for where the 12-inch touchscreen would generally be. Air vents too, you can press this button and access your forward-facing camera and a 360 at all times. Huge thumbs up for a base XL trim. Hazards in the center, you can turn off the traction control and hill descent control. Cool. More plastic trim, a little bit of storage underneath. 12-volt and AC outlet. We don't get automatic climate control, but the vent controls on the left side and temperature controls on the right. Volume, skip, tune dials as well, and the vent controls all down below. Four-wheel drive settings too. We have 2 high, 4 high, and 4 low. Locking rear differential. We don't get four-wheel drive auto, but for a base XL trim wouldn't be expected. We can adjust the drive modes too. We have normal, slippery roads, off-road, and that's probably about it. We also have tow haul mode, eco mode, no sport. Also wouldn't be expected for a vehicle like this. So we'll just leave it in normal mode for the duration of this review. Trailer brake controller too, that's nice to see. USB A and C port and an additional 12-volt down below. Not sure why you would need 2 of them, but we do have 2. Some additional storage down below too, pretty decent amount of space. More storage above the second tier or for the second tier of glove boxes. It says Super Duty on this aluminized plastic trim and Ford for the inside of it. We can check out the actual glove box. It is damp, not lined with felt, but it's pretty large. You'll fit 20-ish license plates in there with no problem. You'll fit a pair of shoes, maybe 2 in the glove box. And you'll fit an additional pair of shoes right up top. Cool. We mentioned that we have the bench seat up front, and that's a love it or hate it. I know a lot of you guys would rather have the buckets, but these are still bucket seats. They just have an additional 3rd seat here instead of a center console. You get 2 cup holders, very, very, very soft cloth. We can check out how much console space. So yes, the console space is a lot smaller compared to what you would get with the buckets, but it's still very spacious. You'll fit 7 or 8 12-ounce cans in there with no problem. You'll fit your phone or wallet right over here. And if you want to fit a 6th passenger in the car, or if your girlfriend or something wants to sit closer to you in the middle, it is all doable with an additional seatbelt as well. That's a really impressive feature. If you want to drop this thing right down, you just press this button right over here and pull the seat right back to its down position. This is how I prefer it if there was no passenger, just so I can have somewhere to rest my elbow. A little bit of storage underneath the rear view mirror. In the rear view mirror, it's not frameless or auto dimming, but you can pull this flappy thing to dim it. The interior lights are LED, that's nice. Sunglass holder, high rollover warning, no garage home link settings, and that's about it for the front seat, at least, of this 2024 Ford F-250 XL STX. It's not like loaded with features, but for the money, you get just about everything you possibly want or need. And as far as interior space, just like the F-150, you have a boatload of it. Up top back here, still hard plastic to be expected, but that soft leather armrest continues. We don't get auto one touch second row windows, but it's still power and can't complain. We'll check out if we get dual panes up front. I forgot to check. I think we may actually have dual panes up front. No, we do not on the XL, but I believe the XLT and up do get the dual panes. Anyway, continue along, we get the 2 tiers of storage, very solid amount. You may be able to squeeze a foot long in here, but if you won't fit it there, you'll easily stack 2 or 3 in this bottom tier. You'll fit a 6-inch sub in that corner and a 24-ounce bottle right behind it. Running board continues. The rear seats are also cloth. They're not as bolstered as up front, but they're still super soft, very comfortable seats. You can lift them up and have a large floor area. You can throw a sleeping bag, twin size air mattress back here, and if your wife kicks you out of the house, you can sleep in the back of your 2024 F-250 and have plenty of overall space. Taking a step inside, grabbing onto this grab handle, it's a pretty easy overall process. You can shut this door right up. As far as knee room, I got about a foot and a half of knee room, just like the F-150. Headroom, I have at least 3-4 inches of overall space. It is a really comfortable interior back here. If you're under 7 feet tall, you should have no problem sitting back here. A true 6-seater, and considering that Ford's 3-row SUVs, whether it's the Explorer or Expedition, well, the Expedition has technically 3 seats in the 3rd row, but good luck fitting 3 full-size adults in that 3rd row. And with captain's chairs, you have about 6 passenger seating capability in both the Explorer and the Expedition, and you have the exact same thing here with that middle seat as well. We have 2 USB-C ports and a 12-volt, decent amount of storage over here. No air vents in the back seat. There is something underneath the front seats, but nothing that blows directly into your face. The interior light back here is LED, hook on both sides of the interior as well. I really like how Ford does these grab handles. They're always in a good location. Very comfortable process of opening the door. That's about it though, guys, for the inside and outside of the 2024 Ford F-250 XL STX. It is a beautiful truck. I really was not expecting a heavy duty truck that starts around $50K, $5,000 extra for the STX to look this ridiculously good. The interior is comfortable, the interior is spacious too. We get LED lights for the front and rear, LED fog lights, LED interior lights. Performance-wise, let's take this 2024 Ford F-250 Super Duty out for a drive and see what it's got. All right, guys, now we're just about seeing everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the 2024 Ford F-250 Super Duty XL STX. It's a little bit of a mouthful of a name, but let's take it out for a drive and see what it's got. Looks like we'll have an opportunity to try an acceleration out off the line, and I'll catch right back with you. All right, let's go. On the gas. Ooh. Wow, roasted the tires. This thing can rip. I was not expecting this thing to pick up speed that quickly. But let's try one more time. Woo! Guys, this thing's got serious power. This feels almost as strong, if not stronger, than the 5.0. I know that the 5.0 isn't a 2-valve per cylinder engine. It's not a push rod engine. It makes a lot more of its power up top. That's why the heavy duty trucks don't use the 5.0. And you can definitely feel the higher amount of low end punch. All right, guys, here we can try out a real world turning radius. I am a little bit nervous, not sure if this thing can make it, but this guy looks like he's gonna make it with no problem. Something tells me that this thing will have somewhat of a problem. No, it made it evenly. It made it very cleanly, I mean, but about quarter throttle, good low end punch, then you lean into it. Oh. Guys, this thing can rip. I would not be surprised if Ford underrated this 6.8 just because of them also having the 7.3. And if the 7.3 and the, wow, what are we doing over here, guys? I could see Ford artificially lowering the specs on the 6.8 just to have more appeal for the 7.3. I was not expecting this thing to feel that quick. And the throttle response feels really good with this motor too. I like it. Steering feels a little bit heavy when you're not moving, but as you increase in speed, it starts to lighten up, which for better or for worse, for a truck, it starts to feel a little bit more like light and wobbly when there's not enough steering feel, but for a car, it makes it feel a little bit more luxurious. On the gas. Woo! You look down and you are moving. I can see 0 to 60 happening quicker than 7 seconds. This feels almost as quick as a Chevy pickup truck, a 1500 with a 5.3. Wow. And at speed, you don't really hear any wind noise. Road noise is quiet. You can hear the induction pretty good. With this hard plastic dashboard, I feel like it's not very isolated, so you get a lot more of the engine and induction than you would get if you maybe had a higher trim or if you just had a 1500. Ride quality too. Compared to every other heavy-duty truck that I've reviewed in this channel, this thing rides significantly better. We'll see what the tire pressure is looking like here, if that has anything to do with it. All right, guys, checking out the tire pressure. Yeah, we still have a huge increase in pressure. We're rolling around 66, 67 PSI in all the tires, and it still feels extremely, extremely soft. Through the turn, the handling is good. Really good, and I can't even express to you enough on how good this ride is with such high tire pressure. We'll try out one more turning radius, followed it up with an acceleration off the line. See how this radius is. It is solid, not great, but solid. We'll try one out off the line. We're not just gonna floor it because it'll spin the tires, but we'll try to get a good launch off the line. Ooh. 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 Guys, this thing's got a lot of beef. It's spinning, it's roasting those tires off the line, even with about half throttle. I know there's not a whole lot of weight back there, but most heavy duty trucks we reviewed in this channel, unless they're a diesel, and unless we brake torque it, we have not been able to break the wheels loose. And this is just a standard power plant. Oh. Monster, absolute monster. I don't even think you need a 7.3. I understand that with the higher trims, the 7.3 is standard. But for this XL STX, for about $5,000 for the STX package, it's about $7,500 if you want to get it with the 7.3. Yes, the 7.3 makes more power, but it also burns more gas, and it's heavier, which lowers your overall payload capacity for this truck. Again, at higher speeds, it feels very well in control. It doesn't quite feel as nimble as an F-150. Obviously, you wouldn't expect it to be. You wouldn't be buying a heavy-duty truck if you wanted to feel like an F-150. For a truck that can hold over 4,000 pounds in the bed, pull about 15,000 pounds towing with the hitch, the ride quality is fantastic, the drivability is fantastic, commanding view of the road, and a powerful 6.2 or 6.8, I'm sorry guys, it used to be the 6.2, but a powerful 6.8 liter V8, which I can see getting this four-wheel drive crew cab heavy duty truck to 60 in the mid to high 6-second range. If that's what you're looking for, guys, and you're not looking to spend more than $50,000 to $60,000, I would 1,000% recommend checking out the new F-250, and I would 1,000,000% recommend checking out the XL with the STX package. Yes, it's a little bit basic, but for somebody who doesn't want to spend more than 50 to 60K, I guarantee you this is all the truck you could possibly want or need. If that's what you're looking for, guys, I would definitely recommend checking out the 2024 Ford F-250 XL STX. And a big thanks to Chris at AutoNation Ford in Brooksville, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to your inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Brooksville, Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out and ask for Chris. And huge thanks to all you guys for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know the channel is just not possible without you, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too, it really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment, let me know what you like, let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment, let me know if there's any specific cars, SUVs, or trucks you want to see reviewed on this channel, and I'll definitely try getting those videos for you ASAP. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.